Welcome to Marketing and Mindset for Wellness Coaches, the podcast for health coaches and wellness entrepreneurs just like you who are building a business, making the world a healthier place, and designing a first-class life. I'm your host, Kim Foster, MD and certified business coach, and I'm on a mission to help you up-level your strategy and raise your mindset so you can truly thrive and grow your business. Let's get started. Hello, welcome to this episode. If you're a regular listener to this podcast, then welcome back. And if you're brand new to me, then I am so happy you found me and my little piece of the podcasting world. I am an MD turned coach, and my mission is to help my fellow health and wellness coaches build successful businesses and get out there and change lots of lives, plus create a freedom-based lifestyle for themselves, just like I have done for myself. Now, today's topic is one that I get a lot of requests for. A lot of coaches and wellness entrepreneurs are very overwhelmed by social media and confused by it or fed up with it or a variety of other negative experiences and feelings. And if that's you, if you aren't really sure how to best use social media for your business, or maybe you're afraid to make a fool of yourself in front of your friends and family who naturally are following you on Facebook or wherever, or maybe you're wondering what the best practices are for using social media for your business, but you don't want to get sucked down into an endless rabbit hole and lose a ton of hours in your busy week to managing all your social media accounts. Either way, if any of that describes you, then you are definitely going to want to stay tuned. Today, I want to talk to you about the do's and don'ts on social media and show you how to use it the right way for your business, the things you should be doing, the things you shouldn't be doing, and how to be smart with your social media use. Now, before we get started, I want to invite you to my brand new free training. It's a masterclass I created called The 4-Part Formula for Replacing Your 9-to-5 Income with a Coaching Business You Love. And that's exactly what I teach you inside this class. I'll tell you a little bit more about this training at the end of this episode, but if you're keen to check out the details now, then just head over to drkimfoster.com/business training to find out what I'll be talking about inside the class and how you can reserve your seat. It is going to be a game changer. So let's dive into today's topic. Now, maybe you're already a social media pro, or maybe you're listening to this episode because you're not sure how to use social media the right way. Maybe you're already out there promoting yourself and the work that you do, but it's taking a lot of your time and you feel like there is a lot of work going into it, but not a lot is coming back to you. This is definitely one of the biggest complaints that I hear from people. They're spending a lot of time on social media, creating content and trying to get some traction, but it's really not resulting in clients and more money in their business. So I want to give you some very specific tips and tricks you can implement immediately in your business and help you save time and massively boost the effectiveness of your social media efforts today. So I've got 9 tips for you today, so stay tuned. All right, tip number 1. The first thing is to only focus on 1 or 2 platforms at first. 2 tops, really. When you get more streamlined with your social media strategy, then sure, you definitely want to repurpose and cross-purpose your content to a variety of platforms, but in the beginning, that is totally overwhelming, and there is no way, if you are a solopreneur, that you can manage that. I repurpose all of my content on a variety of platforms on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube, but I did not start out that way. And I have an absolutely fabulous social media manager who helps me with all those tasks. She is the best. Her name is Shada. And by the way, if you are thinking of hiring somebody to help you manage your social media, then I definitely recommend reaching out to her. I'll put her contact info in the show notes. The thing about the myth that you must use every social media platform right from the beginning is that, while expanding your reach is certainly a goal for entrepreneurs and coaches because it can lead to more clients and sales, and it's tempting to apply that logic to wanting to be on every social media platform ever created. However, the real question to ask yourself before signing up for every platform out there is, where is my ideal client hanging out? So I want you to identify your ideal client and really find out where they hang out. Does Instagram make sense for you? Is that where your ideal clients are hanging out? If not, then don't worry about Instagram. And same goes for all of the other social media platforms. It's too difficult in the beginning to properly engage on too many platforms, and you will be spreading yourself too thin for just too little reward. So my advice again is to choose the most strategic platform, just one or two, and really master it. From there, you can absolutely expand, repurpose your content, cross-post on a variety of different platforms, or get somebody to help you with it, and then move forward from there. Tip number 2 is to share personal stories of your own life and insights into your lifestyle. When you market your business, including personal pieces of your own business and your own life, it's so much more authentic and real and creates a much better connection. You want people to follow you because they are interested in what you're doing. So share your personal life. Share stuff about your kids if you're comfortable doing that. Share things about your daily routines. It really doesn't matter what your niche is. This does work to help people get to know you in whatever niche you are in. The thing is, though, you get to make the rules in terms of exactly how much you share and which pieces of you put out there and what parts of your life you get to keep in what I call your secret garden. I mean, there are aspects of my life that I choose not to make public, and that's my call. I get to maintain my secret garden and I get to decide. I also get to decide what I want to share and be visible about and be vulnerable about. It's a good thing, but you get to decide for you. The next tip that I have for you in social media is to have a consistent call to action. When you put out a consistent call to action, that means that people will go to the next step with you and enter your funnel and enter your client journey, which is what it's all about. Doing this will really help you feel like your time on social media has a purpose instead of just being a huge time suck. Now, I realize that I used the word funnel in there, and if you don't know what I'm talking about or you don't really know how to set up a funnel, then that's okay. I'll be doing a future podcast episode on the concept of funnels down the road, so stay tuned. But in the meantime, you just want to be sure that you are bringing people into your world with a call to action. Now, a call to action might be go ahead and download my free guide, or an invitation to watch your webinar, or to join your Facebook group, or any number of other ways that you can further that relationship and nurture them and bring them along that journey. Basically, you always want to give people a next step so that you can capture their information and later on have a chance at converting them into paying clients. The next tip is to be consistent no matter what. I totally get it. It's very discouraging to be posting on social media and to get crickets. No engagement, no likes, no comments, and you feel like nobody is actually watching or reading anything. But it's really crucial to play a long game here and to be consistent. This is not a sprint, it's a bit of a marathon, and social media platforms are set up so they monitor your activity. The algorithm pays attention to how consistent you are being there, and they are evaluating how valuable you are on their platform. The first time you post something and you don't really get engagement, that's okay. Do it again. What I don't want you to do is post and then get very little response and then say, oh, social media doesn't work for me, because that's not a realistic expectation to get a massive response in the beginning. It's over time, when you're showing up regularly, even when you feel like nobody is watching or paying attention, and over time you will start to grow. When the social media platform sees that you are a content creator and that you are adding value consistently, the algorithm will push your content up. More people will see your stuff, and over time, more engagement will definitely happen. The next tip number 5, is something you definitely need to do every time you put new content on social media, and it's to come back to your content over the next couple of hours or even days after you post it. Again, your success on social media comes from engagement and comments and likes and shares. So when you're putting content out there and somebody comments on it, I really want you to reply to them. Ask questions in the comments and try to push your content up over time, and even ask people to comment below your post or your video or whatever piece of content it is. You might put out a post that says, what do you think about this topic? Do you agree or disagree? Or maybe you want to create a poll. People love to chime in and give their opinion. Try to create engagement is what I'm trying to say here, and ask people to interact with your content and share a comment and like it, which means that your stuff will be seen by a lot more people over time. But definitely be sure that whenever you put social media content out there, you come back later to answer questions. Okay, tip number 6 is all about preparation and planning ahead. I am not great at posting or engaging on social media on the fly or in the middle of my day, so I really find that it works best for me to plan a lot of it ahead of time. Carve out a chunk of time when you're going to just brainstorm a bunch of posts and topics and create a bank of posts for yourself that you can drip out over time. Think about all the topics that you could be writing about or posting about and categorize them into 2 different categories. Category number 1 is your lifestyle stuff. This is the more personal, behind the scenes things. And then category number 2 is your how-tos, like pieces of advice or info or content that's more educational and service-oriented in nature. Come up with a list of at least 10 how-tos and at least 10 lifestyle pieces that you can pick and choose from, and you'll use this list and this bank of posts to put your social media content together. Tip number 7 is a don't. The number 1 do not do on social media is to spam people. This really should go without saying, but there are certainly still people out there who spam on social media. I mean, I get spammy messages all the time. I'm sure you do too. Do not message random people with cut and paste messages that are super salesy in nature. It's really tacky, it's obvious, and nobody likes it. Along the same lines, don't mass tag people in an effort to get more people to see your post. I've seen a lot more of this happening recently, and I am sure that some people would argue with me and say that it's really effective, but I just don't love it. It's too aggressive for my taste, and after a while, just gets really annoying. There's nothing wrong with tagging a couple of friends or people who are actually mentioned in your post in some way, or if you truly want a particular person to see something specific, but don't just tag a huge list of people who have nothing to do with your content. The consequences of spamming and mass tagging and just being really aggressive and salesy on social media is that your reputation is going to suffer. People will unfriend you or block you or leave your group, and it just leaves a bad taste in people's mouths. Your reputation is worth more than that, so don't do it. The next thing that you don't want to do on social media is to pressure yourself to put content out there every single day. What I have learned is that quality is the most important thing. It's far more important than quantity. Again, the social media engines, they look for engagement. They look for quality. They want to see how many people like your post and how many people comment on it. And when you create content, I want you to think about adding value and choose quality over quantity. It's also good news for you because it kind of lets you off the hook a little bit and allows you to only post when you feel truly inspired or when you have something really good that you want to share, not just throwing out a whole bunch of meaningless, superficial posts. Now, the last tip that I have for you, tip number 9, it's a big don't, and it's to not let social media suck you in. What you want to realize about social media is that many people, of course, use it as a way to promote themselves, and that means it's not always real. It is a highlight reel. I want you to protect your mindset and your energy. Don't fall into the compare and despair trap. When you're spending a lot of time on social media, reading posts and consuming everybody else's content and all this information, it can really derail you and distract you from your own goals, not to mention waste a ton of time. So do yourself a favor, get in, do what you need to do on social media, and then get out. Live in the real world. Be present in your real life and preserve your mental state. Okay, there you have it. Those are my 9 tips. And now I would love to hear from you. Do you love social media? Do you hate it? What has been preventing you from using social media effectively for your business? I'd be really interested to know. So come on and find me on Facebook or Instagram and let's have a conversation. Better yet, I would love it if you would take a screenshot of this episode and share it in your Instagram stories if you do Instagram stories, and just tag me in there and then let's chat about it. Okay, so as promised, let me tell you a little about my free online training. As I said, it's called the 4-part formula for replacing your 9-to-5 income with a coaching business you love. And in this training, I'll be teaching you my system for how you can establish a profitable online coaching business. I'll be discussing the 3 biggest mistakes that I see coaches make that stop them from building a successful business and gaining clients online. And I'll also be revealing the 4 exact steps that you need to do to create a profitable business that will replace your 9-to-5 income without spending all day on social media or posting endless pretty pictures on Instagram. And I've got plenty of case studies of my clients and exactly how they were able to position themselves as experts in just 3 months. And that's even if they were in the beginning and completely unknown. So if you've got big dreams of building an online coaching business and you've been trying to piece everything together on your own and you would love a proven framework and process, then this training is completely for you. You can register for free at drkimfoster.com/business training and then choose from a couple of different times, whatever works best for you. Okay, that is a wrap for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope it helped give you a framework for how to approach social media, how to use it to your advantage without it taking over your life. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you. As always, take care, stay well, and I will talk to you again next time. Bye for now.